Guys, welcome back to another awesome video, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do a really awesome tutorial. So today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make these really awesome stands for your custom minifigures. For instance, you could have let me grab one real quick. You could have them standing on it. So for instance, like, you could have your figures stand on them and whatnot. So that's what I'll be teaching you guys how to do today, and this is just basically out of your regular Lego minifigure stand. So I'm going to teach you how to make it from this to this. So I just want to give also a big shout out to ReconBrixCustoms, because this is basically a method he did a tutorial on. I'm just going to be teaching you guys a different way how to do it. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to tell you guys all the stuff you're going to need for it. So let's do that. Alright, so the stuff you're going to need is, you guys could use some regular old super glue. Doesn't have to be this kind, but make sure this one's the liquid kind and not the gel, because it'll be easier to spread. This is a Loctite. You don't have to use this brand. It could be pretty much any liquid super glue. So that's what you'll need there. You guys could use, this is optional, but this is what I'm going to be using. If you guys got a Dremel, this is what I'm going to be using to, make it look different, like sand down a lot of it. You guys could use sandpaper, an X-Acto blade to do that step. And then you're going to need just some sand or dirt. You could get this pretty much from outside. You guys get your fine dirt from there. So this is what I have. I have mixed it with some woodland scenics, I think. So it's basically like some fake grass. You could get it at pretty much any of your hobby shops. So this is kind of how it's going to look. I'm going to pull this out. So this is how it looks, woodland scenics. So it's made for modeling. So this is one I mixed together with some sand and stuff from outside. So that will be my base that I'm going to be working with. And then to make the rocks, so like these rocks right there, you guys could use green stuff. I personally don't use green stuff anymore. I use Procreate. So this is what I'll be using. It's like, Procreate's a lot nicer because it's not really sticky, or as sticky as green stuff, so you could work with it a lot better. And yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into it. This is what I'm going to do. Basically, I'm going to sand down all the nice straight corners and make them really, like, see, this one kind of just goes down a little bit like a hill, and you guys can kind of see from right there. There's the comparisons. So let's go ahead and jump into that. Alright guys, so that looks pretty good right there. You guys can kind of see how, there you go, you guys can kind of see how I rounded off the edges. I didn't make it completely, actually on this side I took off a lot of the corner right over here. Where is it? Yeah, this corner. I took off a lot of it. And one more thing that I did forget to mention, you guys are going to need some can paint, or basically you're going to try to match the color of your dirt. So say you have like a really dark colored dirt from outside, or basically try to match whatever color of dirt you're pretty much going to be putting on the sand. For instance, I'm using sand, so I'm going to try to match sand color. So that's basically that, and I'm going to go ahead and mix that up. And keep in mind, for this process, it does not have to be neat like at all. So just make sure it's covered. Yeah, just make sure it's covered. So this pretty much doesn't have to be perfect at all. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, I went ahead and skipped that just because my battery level is going low. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to let this dry, and then the next step is painting or sculpting the rocks. Actually, you know what? That is one step I skipped. I would have sculpted the rocks and then painted, but that's completely fine. So I will just sculpt the rocks on. Actually, this one I think I might not even put any rocks on, just because, or maybe I will. I'm undecided. I will come back with another update once I have decided what I want to do. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so now I'm going to kind of teach you guys how to sculpt the rocks. So you're going to get your green stuff or Procreate, and you're just going to tear off a piece, and you're pretty much just going to roll it into a circle or whatever thing you think looks like a rock. So there's that one that looks pretty good. So we're just going to stick this onto here. Make sure you don't put it where your minifigure is going to be standing, and this is still wet, so you guys probably want to let yours dry as well. I just kind of want to show you guys how to sculpt the rocks, and you guys can sculpt them any size that you guys really want. So yeah, I'm going to put my last rock here, and I think that looks good. So that's kind of how mine looks. So I'm going to go ahead and wait for this to dry, and then I'll get on to the next step. Alright guys, for this next step, we're going to get our super glue, and we're just going to pour it. This is after everything's dried. Mine's still kind of wet, but I just want to make sure to try to get this before my camera dies. So you're just going to pour your super glue on here, and this also, get a paintbrush you don't really care about, like or you could use a toothpick if you have if you don't have one. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna get your glue, and you're just gonna basically wipe it all over your stand. So this is what the sand and everything's going to stick to. So just wipe a bunch of super glue on this. You can even get your super glue and just pour it on it. Alright, there we go. So now next step is just putting on the sand. So I'm going to go ahead and cut to that part. Alright guys, so I got a bowl to mix the sand in, and I'm just going to go ahead and just start sprinkling it over it, or I'm going to just pinch it with my hand and sprinkle it on that way. Alright. And you can make sure to get the sides. And what you're going to do is you're just going to sprinkle this all over it, and then you're going to turn it upside down, for that way you can get all your loose sand off of it, to make sure you don't have anything left over on it. So we're just going to go ahead and turn that upside down. Looks good right there actually. And you want to also get a pair of legs that you also don't really care for, and make sure they stand on it, because you're gonna have some stuff right here. So you guys could just kind of scrape that away. And make sure the figure could stand on it properly. So I'm going to do that real quick, and I will. There you guys go, and now you have yourself a really nice stand. And of course you're going to have to paint your rock stand, but I use the Procreate, which it's already like this really nice like rock color. So that was a bonus with this. And you could also add like small pieces of grass and stuff to it. It'll make it look really nice too with that woodland scenics. So alright guys, so that's pretty much just gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys would like to see more videos like this, make sure to leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much for everything. See ya.